You're being lied to about saving gas. Those miracle hacks you've heard? Most are complete bullshit. Some steal your cash, others can kill your engine. I've torn apart 437 engines killed by these myths. Today, I'm exposing 15 gas-saving lies that cost drivers $2,300 per year on average, with shop receipts and dyno tests to prove it. Stick around, I'll show you one free trick that gave my Ford F-150 close to 2.1 extra miles per gallon. No scams, no additives, just facts. Let's get to it. Myth number 1, premium gas improves mileage. Let's settle this now, once and for all. Premium gas is not magic fuel. I've lost count of how many customers come in thinking premium will clean the engine or boost performance. It won't. Here's the cold truth. Unless your owner's manual requires premium, you're wasting 50 cents to $1 per gallon. The Federal Trade Commission ran the numbers. 87% of vehicles show zero difference in mileage or performance using premium over regular. That's right, zero. I've had folks come back saying, but it feels smoother. That's the placebo effect of wasting money, not your ride getting better. You want proof? Use an app like Fuely or your car's trip computer. Run 3 full tanks on regular, then do 3 on premium. Track your MPG, you'll see for yourself. No change, just a higher receipt. I've had 23 clients do this test last year. Know how many saw improvement? 2, and both drove turbocharged cars that actually needed premium. The fix is stupid simple. Run what your engine was built for. If it says 87, stick with 87. Here's what your manual won't tell you. Long-term use of premium in a regular engine can hurt you. I've seen carbon buildup on valves, fouled O2 sensors, and rough idling from incomplete combustion. Don't donate your money to oil companies. Use regular, track your MPG, and stop falling for this expensive lie. Speaking of burning money, let's talk about the next scam, one that wastes gas while you're not even moving. Myth number 2, idling uses less gas than restarting. This one needs to die already. I still hear people say, it saves gas if I just leave the engine running. No, it doesn't. Not anymore. That was true in the 70s and 80s when carbureted engines guzzled fuel on startup. But modern fuel-injected engines are built to restart efficiently. Idling for just 10 seconds burns more fuel than shutting off and restarting. The US Department of Energy tested it. Restarting uses about the same fuel as 10 seconds of idling, sometimes less, and produces more emissions. I tell delivery drivers, parents in pickup lines, rideshare drivers, cut the engine if you're parked for more than half a minute. You use 1/4 gallon of gas for every 15 minutes you idle. If you do that for 5 days a week, you waste $4, and at the end of the year, more than $208. And the wear and tear excuse? Total myth. Starters are designed for thousands of cycles. Brands like Toyota give you a maximum lifetime of 384,000 restarts. That equates to more than 21 starts every single day for 50 years. So, stop sitting there burning gas. Turn the key, save fuel, save money. Now, if you're thinking, well, maybe I'll just dump in a fuel additive to make up for it, don't. That brings us to the next lie. Myth number 3. Aftermarket fuel additives boost MPG. Let me save you a trip to the auto parts store and $20 you'll never get back. 99% of fuel additives are complete snake oil. Walk down that aisle and you'll see bottles promising better mileage, cleaner burn, or engine boost. Sounds great until you look at the data. Here's the ugly truth. The EPA and AAA tested over 100 fuel additives, and guess what? Almost none made any noticeable difference in fuel economy. Most didn't do a thing. I've seen drivers dump $20 into a bottle hoping to get better miles per gallon, then wonder why nothing changed. You know what does help fuel economy? Clean injectors, a healthy O2 sensor, and proper maintenance. Not magic juice. Here's what actually works. A $12 bottle of Techron every 5,000 miles if you're paranoid about deposits. Fresh spark plugs when your manual says so, and keeping your foot out of the damn throttle. Your fuel system doesn't need magic juice. It needs maintenance. Now let's talk about another lie that feels logical when you hear it. Myth number 4. Turning off the AC saves tons of gas. Here's the truth. Killing your AC won't save nearly as much gas as you think. Drivers love this one. I'll just roll down the windows and save fuel. Sounds smart until you hit 55 miles per hour. At highway speeds, open windows create more aerodynamic drag that you'll burn more fuel than if you just used the damn AC. The Society of Automotive Engineers and Consumer Reports both tested it. The difference in fuel economy was around 1 to 3% either way, hardly tons. I know drivers who suffer through a 95-degree day to save gas. Not worth it. You're sweating for pennies. Now, if you're crawling in stop-and-go traffic with the AC blasting, yeah, it'll have a small effect. But it's not some major gas guzzler unless your system's broken or your compressor's failing. Don't kill your comfort for a 1% gain. Keep your windows up at speed, use AC smartly, and keep the system healthy. While we're talking about timing, let's talk about the dumbest fuel-up hack of them all. Myth number 5. Filling up in the morning saves money. Nope. Your 6 a.m. gas station run isn't making you some fuel-buying genius. I hear this one all the time. Fuel is cooler in the morning, so you get more for your money. Sounds clever until you realize gasoline is stored underground in massive insulated tanks that barely change temperature throughout the day. It's true that gasoline do expand, but that is about a 1% change in volume for every 15-degree Fahrenheit increase in temperature. This translates to maybe a penny's worth of extra gas, if that. I've had people brag about their morning fuel-up strategy while complaining they're still blowing through a tank in 3 days. Newsflash, your driving habits matter 1,000 times more than some imaginary temperature advantage. And gas stations? They're playing 4D chess with pricing algorithms based on real-time demand, while you're over here thinking you're outsmarting big oil by setting an alarm. Don't waste time chasing temperature myths. Focus on tire pressure, gentle acceleration, and maintenance. That's how you save on gas. And if you're tired of getting bad car advice, hit that subscribe button. I share honest tips and real advice every week. You don't want to miss it. Myth number 6. Manual transmissions always save gas. This one used to be true, but times have changed. Back in the day, manuals were the kings of fuel efficiency. But today's automatics are smarter, faster, and often more fuel efficient. Modern 8 or 10-speed automatics, CVTs, and dual clutch systems can outshift a human every time. The EPA's own testing shows over 60% of 2023 models get equal or better MPG in automatic versions. Why? Computers don't get lazy and ride gears too long, or lug the engine trying to hypermile. I've rebuilt enough $1,200 clutch jobs to know most drivers burn more fuel fighting their manual than they'd ever save. Modern automatics shift at the perfect RPM every time, while you're out here trying to start in second gear to save gas. And wondering why your engine sounds like a bag of hammers. The truth. Check your specific model's EPA ratings. You might be shocked to see the automatics numbers beat the manuals. That satisfying third gear downshift might feel cool, but it's not saving you a dime at the pump. Now, let's tackle another warm and fuzzy myth that's actually ice-cold wrong. Myth number 7. Letting the engine warm up saves fuel. Let me say this loud. You are not helping your engine or your gas tank by letting it idle in the driveway for 10 minutes. I've seen it too many times. Drivers burning through fuel thinking they're protecting the engine. Not true. Modern engines are fuel injected and computer controlled. They're built to be driven, not coddled. And just like I mentioned earlier, idling for more than 10 seconds wastes more fuel than restarting. And fuel economy? It's 0 miles per gallon while idling. You're just burning gas to heat the air. On top of that, idling in cold weather can lead to carbon buildup, spark plug fouling, and inefficient combustion. I've torn down engines gunked up because they were babied too much. The proper warm-up? Start it. Wait 30 seconds for oil to circulate. Yes, just 30 seconds. I've timed it with infrared thermometers. Then drive gently for the first few miles. Your engine warms faster, runs cleaner, and you'll save about $300 a year in wasted fuel. That protective idle habit is actually one of the most destructive things you can do to a modern engine. Now let's talk about another inflated myth. Literally, that's putting your safety at risk. Myth number 8. Overinflating tires improves MPG. Let's get one thing straight. Overinflating your tires is not a gas-saving hack. It's a shortcut to uneven wear, lousy handling, and danger. People hear less rolling resistance and assume more pressure equals better MPG. Yeah, in theory, rock-hard tires have slightly less rolling resistance. But here's what that 0.5 MPG gain actually costs you. Tires that wear out 40% faster, I've seen Michelins destroyed in 8,000 miles, braking distances that increase by 15 feet in the rain, and a ride so harsh you'll feel every pebble like it's a speed bump. And let's not forget ride comfort. Your suspension wasn't built for balloon tires. You'll feel every bump and pothole like a punch to the spine. The fix? Stick to the pressure listed on the driver's door jamb, not what's printed on the tire. That number is the sweet spot for MPG, grip, and safety. The sweet spot for MPG and safety is exactly what your manufacturer recommends. Anything more is just stupid. Now, since we're talking about wasting money at the pump, let's expose another scam. This one's about the gas itself. Myth number 9. Buying gas from top-tier stations is always better. Here's the truth. Top-tier gas isn't a scam, but it's not a magic potion either. I've had customers swear that only Shell, Chevron, or Exxon will clean their engine better. Meanwhile, they're neglecting oil changes and running on bald tires. Top-tier gas has extra detergents, yes, but the difference in MPG? Negligible. And if your car isn't high performance or direct injection, you'll barely notice a thing. Don't get me wrong, bad gas exists, especially at no-name stations with poor tank maintenance. But most big-name brands meet minimum EPA standards. Top tier just means they exceed it slightly. Here's what matters more: station quality, not the logo. I've seen junk gas come from premium pumps with old, dirty filters, and I've seen clean-burning fuel from Costco gas that maintains their equipment. If you're really worried about deposits, spend your money on a $12 bottle of Techron every 5,000 miles, rather than overpaying every fill-up. Your engine cares about clean gas, not fancy logos. Speaking of marketing tricks, let's move on to a so-called feature in your car that isn't always the gas saver it claims to be. Myth number 10. Eco mode drastically improves mileage. Eco mode isn't some gas-saving superpower, it's just your car telling itself to chill out. Customers come convinced that eco mode will save them hundreds at the pump. Newsflash, it barely moves the needle. You might gain 1 to 3 miles per gallon max, and that's only if you were driving like a maniac before. What does eco mode actually do? It softens throttle response, shifts gears sooner, and sometimes cuts AC power. That's it. Your engine isn't using less gas. It's just being told to act less aggressive. Now, if you've got a lead foot, Eco Mode might help tame it. But don't expect miracles. If you're still speeding, idling, or hauling junk in your trunk, no mode will save you. Instead, focus on how you drive. Smooth acceleration, coasting to stops, proper tire pressure, that's where the real savings are. Eco Mode helps a little, but smart driving helps a lot more. Now let's talk about another so-called strategy that's not only dumb, it's dangerous. Myth number 11, drafting behind trucks saves fuel. Let's be clear, tailgating a big truck to save gas is not only dumb, it's dangerous as hell. Some folks think riding in a truck's slipstream cuts wind resistance and saves fuel. Sure, in theory, but in the real world, you're risking your life and everyone else's for maybe a fraction of an MPG. I've seen drivers slam brakes when the truck slows. Plus, visibility drops to 0. You can't see hazards, and the truck's driver can't see you. Any tiny gas savings aren't worth the crash risk. Insurance claims don't pay for being efficient. Just keep a safe distance. Drive smooth and steady. Save fuel with technique, not close calls. Drafting is a loser's game. Don't play it. Some drivers try another trick to save gas, coasting in neutral. But is it worth it? Myth number 12. Driving in neutral or coasting downhill saves significant fuel. You're not saving gas. You're risking control and your transmission. I've had drivers brag about coasting in neutral to let gravity do the work. What they don't realize is that modern fuel-injected cars use 0 fuel when coasting in gear. That's right, 0. The computer shuts off fuel supply when you let off the gas in gear. But shift to neutral, now the engine has to burn fuel just to stay idling. So guess what? You're actually using more gas, not less. Not to mention, you're giving up engine braking. That means more wear on your brakes, less control on descents, and a greater chance of overheating rotors. I've replaced plenty of cooked brake systems thanks to this myth. My advice to you is to stay in gear. Let the car's design work for you, not against you. Coasting in neutral burns fuel and puts you at risk. Drive smart. Stay in gear. Now let's clear up one more myth that's all about saving gas, but really just wasting your time. Myth number 13. You should always change your air filter for better MPG. This one's outdated advice, and it's costing drivers money for no reason. Back in the carburetor days, a dirty air filter could choke the engine and kill your mileage. But today, with modern fuel injection and mass airflow sensors, your ECU adjusts for that. A slightly dirty filter barely dents performance or MPG. I've tested this in the shop. Same car, 2 filters, one new, one mildly dirty. No measurable difference in fuel economy, 0. Now, if your filter's clogged like a vacuum bag, sure, replace it. But those $60 performance filters promising huge MPG gains. Pure hype. I normally recommend checking it every 10,000 miles, or changing it with every oil change. If it's dark gray and packed with junk, swap it. Otherwise, don't waste money chasing invisible gas savings. Don't change filters just because. Change them when they're actually dirty. Your wallet will thank you. Now let's talk tech, specifically those apps that promise to find you the cheapest fuel every time. Myth number 14. Gas-saving apps guarantee the cheapest fuel. Just because it's on your phone doesn't mean it's saving you money. Gas-saving apps like GasBuddy or Upside can help, but don't blindly trust them. Prices are user-reported and often outdated. I've had customers drive 4 miles out of the way chasing a deal, only to find the price jumped or the pump was out of service. You burn fuel getting there, waste time, and maybe even pay more than your local station. Let's do the math. If you save 10 cents a gallon, but drive 5 miles round trip, That's maybe $1 saved while burning up 50 cents in gas and 15 minutes of your life. Just use apps as a rough guide, not gospel. Stick to stations near your regular routes and compare prices before you fill. Don't chase pennies and waste dollars. Be smart, not app blind. Here's one more that's been floating around forever. Myth number 15. Keeping your tank full prevents evaporation. No, your gas isn't evaporating into thin air. This myth needs to die. I've had drivers top off constantly, thinking it keeps fuel from evaporating. But modern cars are sealed systems. Your gas tank is airtight. It's designed to prevent fumes from escaping, thanks to evap systems and charcoal canisters. Unless you're driving a 70s clunker with a rusted cap, evaporation losses are near zero. Worse, constantly topping off after the pump clicks? That can flood your evap system, leading to check engine lights, failed emissions tests, and costly repairs. I've replaced dozens of vapor canisters thanks to this exact mistake. Stop overthinking it. Fill up when you need to. Let the pump click and leave it alone. Your tank's not a leaky bucket. Don't top off thinking you're saving fumes. You're risking repairs. Now that we've debunked these myths, here's a bonus tip that actually helps. Use cruise control on the highway. Seriously, want real savings? This one works. No myths, just results. I've tracked this on dozens of cars. Cruise control on the highway consistently saves 7 to 14% on fuel, especially on long, steady drives. Why? Because humans are terrible at maintaining speed. We speed up, slow down, and overreact, burning more gas than we think. Cruise keeps the throttle steady, and a steady throttle means less fuel is used. I've had clients try this for a week and report back shocked at the MPG boost. It's boring, but it works. Just don't use it on hills or in traffic. That's how you wear out brakes or lose control. So, on your next highway trip, set the cruise control once you reach a speed of 55 to 65 miles per hour. Check your MPG after 50 miles. You'll see the difference. Now that you know which gas-saving myths are costing you money, it's time to take the next step, but there's one more thing most drivers still get wrong. Bad advice that ruins cars. In my next video, I'll break down 21 car myths stupid people fall for. Click the video on the screen now